My name's Eddie Deline. I'm 25 years old at the moment. I own 9 investment properties, and I grew up in Western Sydney. And my initial goals of buying investment properties and why I did that, it's a bit of a story. But over the last year or two, I've had a goal that I wanted to own 10 investment properties by the time I'm 25. So I'm still 25 at the moment, and I've got about 5-6 months left to get that last one. So um, yeah, that's one of the goals that I've had. And I wanted to basically share with you a quick video today. As I said, a lot of people ask me questions about different things, but in terms of how much money you actually need to purchase a property or an investment property. Now I'm talking mainly for property investment terms. To live in the property is totally different story. But some people think that you have to have 80%, 80%, be able to, you can only borrow 80% of the property value. So meaning you have to have 20% deposit. So if the property is 200,000 as an example, then you have to have $40,000 saved. It's simply not the case. Different banks, depending on which one that you go with, like there's the big four banks, and you've got second and third tier lenders, and we can touch base on the differences and that kind of thing in a different video, because it is a lot in depth in terms of finance and how you go about purchasing properties and get from 1 to 5 to 10 and so on. So there's a lot of strategy behind it. But today in this market, still in 2017, I started off basically purchasing properties in 2011. I was 19 years old. It was 2011, 2012, and I purchased properties from units to townhouses to actual houses as well throughout the New South Wales Central Coast, Queensland metro area, so within half an hour radius of the Brisbane CBD, and also within Adelaide, within half an hour as well of the CBD there too. So there's a lot of things to it, but you can still buy those types of properties and all that kind of stuff just to get your foot in the door, and just to put you in a position that you have this property, and if you just hold on to that property, with the prices going up as you purchase in a metro area, and the rental yields are covering expenses, so the rental income is basically covering everything. Making sure you get the right property, which can do that, of course, is another story. But in terms of a deposit, there's still banks out there which will allow you to do as little as 5% deposit. So if the property is $200,000 as an example, whether it be in Queensland, you might be thinking that there's not much out there for around that price. But in places like Brisbane, metro areas within half an hour radius of Brisbane, Adelaide, and basically those two states at the moment, which you can still get good rental returns. So the rent is covering the mortgage repayments, council rates, water rates, strata, management fees, insurance, and that kind of thing. So and those are the types of things I buy that allow you to keep on purchasing, building your portfolio in the background. What you're doing from day to day. So as I said, you can start with a minimum of 5% deposit. So 5% of 200,000 is $10,000. And as a rule of thumb, I always like to allow for 5% of, in terms of like stamp duty, legal fees, so additional costs basically. So whenever you purchase your property, depending on what state you purchase it in, you pay different ratio from the purchase price to what the stamp duty you pay. And some states are higher, some are less, and they're all they're pretty similar to each other overall. But for example, if you're purchasing property at $200,000, you get your $10,000 deposit, which is 5%, and then you might pay about $6,000 or $8,000 worth of stamp duty, and then $1,500 roughly in a solicitor or conveyancer to help you through the transaction, and then the rest might be bank fees or pest and building inspections and that kind of thing. So you can still do that. So $20,000, to some it's a lot of money, to a lot of other people it's not so much money, but it's a good starting point, most definitely. That's about how much I had when I first bought my property. And I just wanted to do this quick video because so many people ask me questions, and I find myself saying the same thing over again, that it might seem hard and it might seem almost impossible at some stages, but it really is possible still, just to get your foot in the door. At least if you're not looking to, if you don't have enough to purchase your property that you want to live in, especially if you live in Sydney, as I've grown up in Sydney, and I've seen prices for a decent house, they go whether it be 500,000, or $1 million, or whatever it is. If you're looking to just get your foot in the market and purchase a property, just to start off with, you maybe renting, or living at home still, or whatever it is, it's still possible. So $20,000 is a good starting point, and you can do 10% deposits as well, of course. So 5%, 10%, or 20%. The more money you have, of course, the better. But for a lot of people, it's just getting that first deposit, which is the hard bit. And but a lot of people think they have to have $70,000 or $100,000 saving before they can even get in the market. It's just not the case. And one of the things as a tool that I've used as well, going back to the stamp duty and that kind of thing, there is an actual calculator online. So if you jump on Google and you type in stamp duty calculator, it'll actually bring up all the different, you can pick what state you're looking to purchase a property in, and you can type in the purchase price of what you think you might get the property for, and it will bring up what the government charges are for purchasing the property and the stamp duty. And that's a quick tool that a lot of people don't know about. And also you can bring up a LMI calculator, or lender's mortgage insurance, which is basically a premium that you pay to the bank. Sometimes that you can put that on the loan, sometimes you don't have to pay it up front, and other times that you will have to pay it up front depending on which bank you go with. But if you type in Google as well, lender's mortgage insurance calculator, that'll bring up a calculator. So once again, you can type in the purchase price of the property, and then that'll let you know how much mortgage insurance you're going to pay. So whether you do a 90% lend, so if you're going to purchase a property that's 200,000, you 90% of that, then you'll have a loan of it of about 180,000, because obviously 10% of 200,000 is 20,000. So those are the two things that I didn't know a long time ago. There's just two quick things that you can jump on and have a look around and calculate how much money you need depending on what purchase price you're looking for. So a lender's mortgage insurance calculator, that's you can find on Google, and also the stamp duty calculator as well. But in terms of a deposit, as I said, it's definitely still possible. You can do a 5% deposit, lending and that kind of thing. There's a lot of changes that happening every 6 months or every year, especially today in 2017. But you still find banks that do the 5% deposit. Recently, up to 9 properties at the moment, I've done 10% deposits, 20% deposits, majority 20% deposits, but never actually done a 5% deposit myself. But if it's for someone that's looking to get started in the market, then it's definitely a good thing. So I guess that's just what I want to share today. I've spoke to a lot of people, as I said, and they kept asking the same thing: how much money do I need? $20,000 for that kind of purchase price, around $200,000. If you're looking to get an investment property in Queensland or South Australia, or maybe a bit further out in New South Wales or something like that, just to get your foot in the door. And if it's $200,000 and it rents out for about $300 a week or $280 a week, or whatever it is, then that should be sufficient enough to cover your mortgage, and then cover accounts rates, water rates, and strata, management fees, insurance, all that kind of thing, depending if you put it on an interest only or a principal and interest. But I hope that's been a little bit of help, and I'll try to do a few more videos just with a few tips and tricks, because it certainly is a lot easier than reading books and that kind of thing, which I done probably 5 years ago when I was getting into property investing and wanted to learn a lot about it. Usually it's a lot easier just hearing someone talk about it or picking someone's brain. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.